Hi, I'm Susan Odell and welcome to the Odell Kitchen. Cutting boards, what should you look for? What should you have on hand? These are questions that are going to come up because there's a whole bunch out there to choose from, so let's have a look. My favorite board, and the one that I use almost all the time, is a wooden board. I use it for just about any kind of chopping activity that I have, with the exception of raw meats and raw fish. We'll talk about that in a second. This cutting board has a nice little gutter, if you will, around the outside, so if I'm carving cooked meats on it and there are any juices that may run out, it gets caught in the little gutter and doesn't run all over my work surface, which can be a real mess. It also has nice rubber feet on the bottom, which is handy because that means my board's not going to slide all over the place when I'm chopping and moving around. I also have a board. This is kind of a composite material that's really good. It's heat resistant. I can put anything directly in the oven right on the board, but it doesn't have the rubber feet on the bottom, which is fine, and all I do is put a damp paper towel underneath it and I get that same effect where I can move it around. Also, if I get it dirty and I want to chop something else, I can just flip it over and I've got a second side to use. So that is an advantage of not having rubber feet. Finally, I've got two finallys. Look at this handy little thing. This is a flexible cutting mat. You buy them in packages of, I don't know, 5 or 6 in different colors. They go in the dishwasher. This is really, really handy when you're doing raw meats. You're working with chicken or fish or beef and you want to have it on something that can go in the dishwasher. The reason that you want it to go in the dishwasher is so that you make sure it gets perfectly clean, and any bacteria that's associated with those raw foods will get washed away in the dishwasher. It's also handy when you have ingredients on these flexible mats. You can curve it over and just put whatever it is, raw onions or anything, directly into your dish. So whatever you're using for, use the different colors for different purposes. Red for meat, pink for shellfish, white for onions. This is the board that I like to use for my raw meats. It's nice and big. It gives me lots of room to cut up fish, to cut up chicken, to cut up beef. I use it for my raw foods. As soon as I'm finished, I store the raw food and I give this a good wash with hot soapy water. Or if you can, buy one that fits in your dishwasher. Again, it makes it faster and gets rid of all the bacteria. So the two cutting boards you really need in your kitchen are a wooden cutting board for almost all of your foods, and then one that'll go in your dishwasher for your raw meats and your raw fish. You don't need to spend a ton of money on your wooden cutting board. They can go up in price dramatically depending on the quality that you're buying. Remember, if it gets cracks in it, you're going to want to discard it because bacteria will get inside the cracks in a wooden board, but you can use it for years and that probably won't happen. The only thing I would recommend against is a glass cutting board. You see some that are decorative that go by the stove and they really don't work well. They're terrible on your knives and they make a whole lot of noise too. Bon appetit.